Do you ever get frustrated trying to give people belief? I mean, some people are very pessimistic, i.e., which may have been caused by trauma.
Um, I mean, little frustrations, but in a fun, like you've witnessed what's happening with Zane on some of the streams.
Oh my gosh!
but
For your entertainment, guys,
but that's more in a fun way. That's more in a fun way. I think
case study.
the thing that I have a hard time with the most, apart from like if you were yelling at Nina or something, right? I mean, you're doing something personal, not against me, but my son or my wife or something. Then I'm gonna lose my cool a lot faster.
Or against me.
Huh?
I said, or against me. You put my name.
Yeah, Zane not so much. I mean, Zane can handle himself. Zane talks a big game. He'll just remind you that he's smarter than you and knows more than you and is just a better human than you.
Just talking a big game. It's just talk, guys. It's just entertainment. It's entertainment.
Right? So Zane likes to remind everybody how he can fend for himself. So it's great. So you don't need us. No, the other one would be, so after that, like that would probably get to me the most emotional, although that doesn't really happen, right? I'm not really hanging out with people who attack my wife or my son or anything. But after that would probably be lying. I don't do well with lying. I really value honesty. So you can come and tell me you didn't do something. You could tell me all the reasons why, that you're addicted to something, or you just let people down, or whatever. Like whatever reason you have, I've heard all sorts of crazy reasons, which are true. But lying is a lot harder. I can have empathy for it, but it's harder to make progress. That's probably why. Like it's harder to make progress if the person's lying. Not that they don't see it, right? Like if we're going through music equals coaching, Zan's not lying. He just doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Now he gets it. Now it's going to be a tattoo on his arm, but
Wow.
but before he just didn't see it. So that's not lying. I mean, he's telling his truth. So there we can make progress. But if somebody's just lying, you end up solving the wrong problem, and that's a waste of time. So that is frustrating.
Well, earlier when you said about speaking and spending time in the audience before you go on stage, even when again DJing, coaching, and speaking is coaching, I used to do this all the time, and it gave me such an advantage. At the time, I didn't know it was giving me an advantage. When I have if I had like an award ceremony or an event, and people have to have dinner first before they go dancing, and I'm playing all the background music or the dinner music, I would always go through the crowd and go to the table.
Dude, food is coaching.
Yeah. And I would visit tables just to say hi to people and sometimes introduce myself. I said, okay, guys, so you get done eating, I'm your DJ, so let me know what songs you guys want to hear. I'm counting on this table to get it going. And I would go to almost every table and say something very similar.
Yeah.
But I was so familiar with the crowd that when I went back behind my turntables or whatever, behind my DJ equipment, I knew what to play because I was like, okay, this guy, they're 60s or they like 70s or like disco. Oh, I love disco. I'm like, okay, great. I would know that they like 90s hip hop. I would know in advance because I spent time familiarizing myself with the crowd. And I would always, even if it was just people having hors d'oeuvres and just hanging out, I would just go out there and just feel their energy and walk around. Okay, this is a middle-aged crowd. You just get a vibe. You follow me? And so when it was time to DJ, you just knew. You just knew what they wanted.
Have you ever made the wrong decision or lost your cool because you were hungry?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm sure I have. I don't remember, but I'm sure I have.
There, food is coaching.
Okay. All right. So everything is coaching.
Because coaching influences behavior. We're talking about behavior. Changing behavior. That's the point of coaching. You want to change behavior.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
It changed thinking too. Yeah. Okay.
But not just thinking, action. Thinking is a limited view of coaching.
No, but when you said behavior, to me, behavior is action.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you're right. Changing thinking. thinking and behavior.
So that's why hugs are coaching, and food is coaching, and music is coaching.